opposition has been unrelenting and the uproar continued in the House. Mr. R.P. Singh is joining us on the broadcast. You're on with us. Mr. Singh, now we're seeing another day in the Parliament today after the uproar in both Lok Sabha as well as the Rajya Sabha. It has been adjourned until 2 p.m. The opposition is adamant on a JPC probe into the Adani crisis.
Well, just see how opposition is conducting itself. It's very sad that in Parliament discussion need to happen, and then it's not only that this is the subject in the country today. There is a budget speech, there is a presidential address. All these need to be discussed and these need to be taken in the Parliament. But as they are not interested to discuss the budget, they are not interested to discuss the presidential speech, but they are more keen on disruption. And Adani matter is just one of the things in the country. It's not the country is being run because of that. Only our country is being governed by only one subject.
Okay, but the opposition says that there was favoritism in the case and that's the reason why he's not being probed. Stay on with us. We also have political analyst Mr. Sanjay Jha on the broadcast with us. Mr. Sanjay Jha, how do you look at what's happening in the Parliament? On Friday, there were no proceedings, both Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha being adjourned. Today as well, it looks like it's going to be a washout after a lot of sloganeering, both houses adjourned till 2 p.m.
Well, it's a shame on the BJP and the government of Mr. Modi. Today morning, Standard Chartered Bank, a very well-known, respected global bank, has said that we will not accept an Adani bond as a collateral. Basically, another international bank like Credit Suisse, like you have, even the Dow Jones, which has said that we won't accept it. You had Citibank that said we won't accept it. This is happening to an industrialist who, by the way, a few weeks ago was the third richest man in the world. And we all know the proximity of this industrialist to the BJP and to the Prime Minister. If this is not requiring an investigation at the highest level, what is? I think the opposition is doing exactly the right thing. And I heard the BJP spokesperson tell on your show that the Adani issue is no big deal. 8 lakh crores of market valuation have been lost in 6 trading days. Can the gentleman tell me, has this ever happened before? This is absolutely monumental, mammoth.
Okay, but the ratings agency Fitch has said that it does not expect any changes to Adani Group's cash flow forecast. I want to take this across to Mr. R.P. Singh, who is still on the broadcast with us. Mr. Singh, how do you respond to what Sanjay Jha has said, that this is one of the biggest issues that is facing the country? Hard-earned money of the common man has gone into LIC, as well as SBI because they invested in Adani. This is this is an issue that has captured the entire imagination of the entire country, and that's the reason why the opposition is adamant on a probe. All right, we don't have Mr. R.P. Singh any longer with us, but I want to give you the response of the Union Finance Minister, who has said in an exclusive conversation with Times Now that the regulatory bodies are looking into the allegations made against the Adani Group. So there is no need for a JPC probe into this issue.
The Finance Minister is bluffing. The Finance Minister, by the way, is also the Minister for Corporate Affairs. Why don't you ask Nirmala Sitharaman what has been the SEBI doing for so long? Why has the RBI, by the way, been quiet? They are supposedly independent regulators, but we all know the command that the government has over these institutions. And wasn't it the responsibility of the Finance Minister to investigate all the issues on tax havens, all the issues on share price manipulation that a small research firm like Hindenburg has exposed? And the market is believing Hindenburg and not SEBI, not the Finance Minister, not the RBI, and not the government of this country.
Okay.
I mean, the market has rejected what the Finance Minister has said. I don't even have to add more to that.
Okay, all right. Mr. Sanjay Jha, appreciate you joining us on the broadcast with your viewpoint. So, both Lok Sabha as well as Rajya Sabha adjourned till 2 p.m. We're shifting our focus now to protests that have broken out in Chennai. The Congress party is staging a protest in Chennai. But before that, I just want to take in Shama Mohammed of the Congress Party joining us on the broadcast. Shama Mohammed, thank you for joining us. The government says that the regulatory bodies are looking into the allegations against the Adani Group. The opposition should allow Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha to function, but they're only indulging in uproar and nothing else.
No, let me ask you one thing. Whenever such an issue is there, I remember there were corruption allegations during the UPA. They were discussed in Parliament. Now, there are allegations, serious allegations against a business group in India who is seen to be very close to Mr. Modi. We know that in 2014 he's used a number of their flights and everything. We know how Mr. Adani has grown in these number of years. Now, when this came out itself, I didn't hear anything from SEBI. I was waiting for SEBI to make a statement or anything, the other regulatory body. Nothing from the RBI. And why is the government, it says, it's a business house, it has nothing to do with them, is what the government or Mrs. Sitaraman all say. Then why don't they just discuss it in Parliament?
Right.